Alright, welcome back to another video on our WWE 2K19 Universe Mode. I am, of course, Tommy on the Bad Wrestling channel. This is episode 92 of our ongoing series, where we enter NXT with Bobby Lashley. However, before we talk about that, I want to turn your attention to something that happened earlier tonight. Andrade Cien Almas backstage attacking Ricochet. Ricochet was set to take on Pete Dunne later on tonight in a rematch of sorts. However, Chris Jericho, our NXT General Manager, after seeing this attack, went, you know what? Fine. Andrade, you get booked against Pete Dunne later on tonight. However, that's our main event. Right now, we move on to a tag team match of sorts. Number one contenders for the Undisputed Era's NXT Tag Team titles. By the way, in case you don't know, this weekend, Survivor Series, Undisputed Era will be facing off against The Shield in a 4-on-4 Falls Count Anywhere elimination style match. By the way, speaking of Survivor Series, right now, I might as well get it out of the way. I'm getting word from King Booker. He decided to change the Survivor Series concept even more. Instead of it being 4-on-4 people, it'll be more like a gauntlet. For instance, 2 people will be starting in the ring, right? And then if one person of that if one person from one member's team loses against the opponent, the one-on-one match, then another member of their team comes out. Okay, so it kind of makes sense. However, right now, we move on to, like I was saying, the NXT Tag Team title number one contenders matchup. We got Bobby Lashley. We got Lio Rush. Okay, a recently formed tag team. Lio Rush, he calls himself the hype man for Bobby Lashley. They're going to be going toe-to-toe against these two who have definitely proven themselves. Okay, they were inside the NXT War Games matchup, and they proved themselves. I don't know what Chris Jericho saw in them. However, he saw something in them. He went, you know what, you two seem definitely like the underdogs in that matchup. However, they did not get the job done, as Bobby Lashley goes right after Tucker Knight. Tucker Knight, known as Dozovich, two of the most popular superstars in NXT, I would say. Definitely one of the more popular tag teams to come out of that NXT War Games match. As Lashley, punch right to the face, a huge right hand right to the jaw. Jesus. Looked painful as hell. However, Lashley throws Tucker Knight into the corner. Knight, however, gets off of it, and Bobby Lashley beating the hell out of him. Otis Dozovich decides, you know what, let me take a stab at Bobby Lashley. And Otis Dozovich goes for a punch, and then Lashley throws Otis Dozovich to the outside, grabbing him belly-to-belly suplex. Tucker Knight still inside the ring. Finally leaving the ring. And Bobby Lashley, look at this, belly-to-belly to Tucker Knight. And now Otis Dozovich goes for a maneuver, and Bobby Lashley just cleaning house here tonight. Absolutely cleaning house. Lio Rush, you didn't even need to get in your ring gear. This is Lio Rush's first ever match. It seems as though Bobby Lashley's going to take all the credit. And Lashley setting up for that big spear on Otis Dozovich. Connecting there, exploding him almost out of his boots. The cover one, but Tucker Knight gets up as Otis Dozovich kicks out. As Lashley, oh come on again, this time belly to belly. Oh my god, onto Otis. Belly to belly onto Otis. And it looks like Tucker Knight just rolls back outside the ring. However, Otis gets a big maneuver there, clotheslines him to the outside. Bobby Lashley has barely been hit this entire matchup. Otis and Tucker seemingly getting decimated. It looks like Otis Dozovich trying to change that. Lio Rush watching on. I honestly don't even know why he got his ring gear out here. As Lashley beating the hell out of heavy machinery. And Lashley now, the count is 6. Tucker Knight desperately wanting a tag from Otis. Otis can barely even move as Lashley brings him back into the ring. and then he just rolls back outside the ring. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tucker Knight just gets thrown back outside the ring. And Lashley now, however, back to a belly-to-back suplex there by Otis. Otis now screaming at the crowd. A very interesting man. Look at this, going for that world's strongest slam, connects on Bobby Lashley. The cover. 1, 2, Lio Rush not even coming in to save him. He knows Bobby Lashley can get out of that. He just watches him as Lashley picking up the big man. He's as tall as he is wide. He is a very wide man as Bobby Lashley picking up. Look at the strength, the power. Oh my God. The almighty Bobby Lashley. And Lashley staring at Tucker Knight just throws him to the outside. Is this even necessary? I'm not too sure. As Lashley has Tucker Knight, throws him into the ring. Otis Dozovich also down still. As Lashley kicks him in the stomach. Oh, he looked like he was going to go for the Dominator. And it looks like Otis Dozovich might have just saved Tucker Knight here tonight. However, Bobby Lashley goes for a maneuver. Otis Dozovich gets the hot tag. Tucker Knight stares at him, goes for the clothesline, and Tucker Knight, he is freaking out. He is angry. The brutal punches to the face of Bobby Lashley. Lashley trying to set an example here, and it looks like Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovich do not want to be that example. However, Lashley, out of nowhere, picking him off the ground, the Dominator. Dominator connecting. 1, 2, and apparently it's over. Okay, a very quick ending there. But nonetheless, Bobby Lashley defeating Otis Dozovich and Tucker Knight. Of course, Lio Rush was there. He just was. He was kind of just there in the background, just watching on. There you see, he did the big world's strongest slam. Lio Rush didn't even flinch. He didn't even go back into the ring. Okay, even though he's in a tag team match, he doesn't even care. He's just watching Bobby Lashley. He knows he's going to kick out, which he did, leading into the victory for Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. This newfound tag team definitely proving themselves here tonight. As Rush staring at Bobby Lashley saying, hey, you know what? You know what? We make for a good team. And that's what I would be saying if I was Lio Rush. As we move on to the main event, Andrade Cien Almas versus Pete Dunne. And here we go, everybody. Main event time. It's the NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas versus Pete Dunne. Now, if that sentence sounds a bit familiar to you, well, it's probably because it is. As Andrade and Pete Dunne, well-recorded history between the two, have fought multiple times for the title wrapped around the waist of Almas. Pete Dunne, however, not able to get the job done. Just realized the pun in that, but whatever. Anyways, Andrade Cien Almas has defeated Pete Dunne on every occasion they've had. Almas has proven himself time and time again that he is better than Pete Dunne. However, he wasn't expecting this matchup. Okay, Ricochet, as mentioned earlier, was set to go one-on-one with Pete Dunne in our main event as a bit of a rematch from a few weeks ago in Ricochet's debut. Ricochet saying, hey, I want to prove myself after defeating the NXT champion last week. Or last episode, I should say. Pete Dunne saying, hey, I've lost a handful of times to the NXT champion. If I beat the man who beat the champion, perhaps I could get a shot at the NXT title one last time. That was the match. That was the story set. And that was the tale that I was oh so willing to tell you all. However, Andrade Cien Almas deciding to go against that story. He decided to be, well, Andrade Cien Almas with the cheap shots, with the underhanded tactics, attacking Ricochet backstage before the match started. Okay, Ricochet was even in his gear ready for this matchup. He was preparing As, ladies and gentlemen, he was just unable to compete after the brutal chair shots. And now, we get into it. It's Pete Dunne. It's Andrade Cien Almas. Main event action. Episode 92 NXT. Bell has rung. Title not on the line, but these two don't need a title. They just need the ropes, the four sides, the turnbuckles, a mat, and that's it. And these two are beating the hell of each other already with the strikes. The strike exchange between these two. Duck underneath. Goes for a maneuver. Reversed. Andrade Cien Almas gets grabbed there with an elbow by Pete Dunne. A brutal shot by Pete Dunne. Is now staring at him. Look at another elbow there connecting. The crowd loving this in NXT. As Andrade Cien Almas apparently getting elbow after elbow. But then kicking Pete Dunne in the stomach, then a slap, perhaps even to the face. Was that to the neck? I'm not entirely sure. That was a loud slap, however. A slap of disrespect. As Almas, your NXT champion, taking on Pete Dunne, throws him into the corner. Knee to the stomach, knee right to the abdomen. Pete Dunne down on the bottom turnbuckle, however, going for a snap suplex, and it connects there. Pitch perfect. As Andrade gets picked up, Pete Dunne now with the elbow. And now the strikes by Pete Dunne. And now Pete Dunne, a master grappler and a master punisher, making his maneuvers seem so simple, yet so dangerous. And that is the true danger of Pete Dunne. They call Seth Rollins the architect. And I think Pete Dunne was the engineer, the man who engineered 1,000 holds. Maybe even 1,001 holds taken from Dean Malenko. As Andrade Cien Almas goes after Pete Dunne. Dunne reversing into a huge DDT. Andrade trying to get up now. Pete Dunne not allowing him. He's saying, if you're going to get up, it's on my terms. As now the strikes by Dunne. He wants a shot at the championship. He wants a shot for the title so badly. However, the champion not giving it to him as the dropkick connects. These two have put on absolute, to steal a phrase, slobber knockers in that ring. And it looks like tonight's no different as a kick to the stomach. And Andrade Cien Almas backs off. Pete Dunne catches him over with the elbow. Now in the corner. Almas reverses. And now with the overhanded punch. And then into the elbow. Huracan Rana connecting. Dropping down. Pete Dunne. As Almas picks him up. Goes for an elbow reversed. And now Pete Dunne. However, with the DDT connecting. Now cover center of the ring. Float over DDT. 1, 2. No, he does not get the champion quite yet. He does not get the victory. As Almas is down. Pete Dunne picking him up here. Kicks him in the stomach. Reversed. Perhaps going for that float over suplex maybe. Where Andrade Cien Almas literally floats in the air, crashing down into the ground. However, speaking of crashing down into the ground, it's the DDT. The arm trap DDT by Andrade. 1, 2, 3, and Andrade. Quick. A little bit quick in my opinion, but sure. Quick win nonetheless. Pete Dunne was training for Ricochet. He was training for a completely different athlete. Maybe that's the reason why. As Andrade, maybe he had a hunch. He's already beaten Pete Dunne multiple times. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he did it. As quick as possible. Boom, boom. Lights out. It was over. Andrade Cien Almas to end off our episode. Defeats Pete Dunne. As like I said, that's going to be the end of this episode here. If you guys liked it, let me know by hitting the like button down below. Comment anything you want to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, but if you have, why not hit the bell to be notified of everything we do here on the Bad Wrestling channel. I am, of course, Dominic, and have a good day from Bad Wrestling as we end tonight's episode with the NXT Champion. Oh boy. Yo.